Alright, hello everyone watching NSG from home, the overnight block of pre-recorded runs. My name is Kaspi, also known as Casper, and I'm going to be showing off Macbat 64, Journey of a Nice Chap, a game that I have huge fondness for. It takes about an hour to 100% casually, and I have now 37 hours in the game, because of speedrunning. Isn't that great? I'm going to be showing off the 100% new release PC category. I'll be getting into version differences and things like that when they become applicable. But for now, we're just going to be starting off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cool. So, starting off here, we have the beginner's bar, the first level of the game. We're just going to want to collect some coins here. Now, this game is very clearly an N64 inspired 3D platformer developed by Siactro, also known as Marcus Horn, who is a solo dev, making lots of 90s inspired platformers. You may know him for the Tory games, and he has a few of now, one of them coming out this year. And that was the first level, by the way. Yeah, some of these levels go by very quick. This one is no different. But next up, we got a level that is, it features the first big trick of the run, and hopefully if I get this right, it's going to look pretty magical too. So, 1, 2, 3, okay. And then we're just going to go behind this barrel, and just like that, we have clipped out of bounds. Yeah, that it is beach clip. It works by a few different metrics. I think it has to do with speed as well. But yeah, you can just kind of clip out of bounds there. We're also going to be getting our first collectible of the run. That's required for the 100% category. There, that was. You can just barely grab that from beneath the stage. Very convenient that you can do that, considering it saves like a few seconds, which is good. If we didn't clip out of bounds there, we would have had to have done 2 minutes of fluff, pretty much, boring stuff that we don't like doing. Now, you're going to be noticing two things about my movement, and that is that, for one, I'm going to be moving either diagonally or wiggling whenever I can. This is because, due to a quirk in the Unity engine, moving diagonally using the basic movement script that Unity provides is just faster, because you're moving in 2 directions at once. So we've used this by just wiggling. Now this does only work on keyboard, but I believe you could use something like controller to key kind of service. So if you're more comfortable with the controller, there that is. That does still only restrict you to 8 movements or directions to move in, unfortunately. But yeah, here I'm going to try and see if I can get a bit of a fast cycle. No. Ooh, wow, I'm messing this up. So yeah, this puzzle room trips me up far too often, more often than I personally like to admit. That was one of those times. I am a bit out of practice though, in other sense. So, but yeah, that's Tools Arts Forest. That's the 3rd level. Not too much happening. There is a clip in the Switch version. That's the first big version difference. There is a clip that you can do in one of the rooms in the Switch version. That saves a lot of time because you skip a few rooms. This is another big trick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. So you have a total of 9 jumps, which allow you to just barely scrape your way up and skip this whole level. There's also skips like 2 minutes plus of gameplay. And then here we have islands. Now, I did say there were 2 things you're going to be noticing when you do. Well, this one showcases another one very well. And that is that you move faster on the ground than in the air. So I'm going to be trying my very best to stay on the ground as much as possible. So for example, for not this section, but the next time I drop down, I'm going to be dropping down for just a fraction of time here, but it's because it just saved that microscopic bit of time that makes it slightly faster than doing it by just flying. So yeah, that's something you're going to notice. Also, there is a trick that is yet again exclusive to the Switch version in this level, dubbed blimp skip. Right at the end, there's a blimp. You may have seen it in the background flying there. You can actually just barely make it onto that, or you can make it on that, actually, some amount of comfortability. in the Switch version. In the PC version, we can make it up here and sort of scrape on it, but unfortunately not quite make it up, which is a bit of a shame, but there's that. Yeah, Kirby 64 inspired level, pretty cool. Next up we have City, Tubular City. This is an RNG based level and it's not very fun actually, because there are 2 moments of RNG. And, yeah, it's kind of a run killer, but it has some of the best music in the game, so it kind of makes up for it. Yeah, just trying to make it as close to the edge on these Rubik's Cubes as I can. And then we're going to be getting into the first game. Whoops. We're just going to be sitting in the middle here and just kind of spamming, hoping for some early cycles. Unfortunately, we're not there. Ooh, this is not looking like too great luck. Oh no. Oh, really? None in the middle. That's unfortunate. That is completely random. Then we have this game. This one is slightly less RNG dependent, but it is more so about timing, which I messed up the timing a bit there. As you saw, hitting the eye doesn't kill you outright. It just kind of allows you to, or stops you from collecting the bag. Here's the big moment of RNG. Oh wow! Oh my Jesus! This is some great RNG. So this dance floor pattern is, wow, that was a really good pattern. Oh my god. Yeah, that pattern is completely random and touching the red resets it. That was fantastic. A lot of them on the side. But now we have a quite unfortunate and fairly long auto scroller. But I can spend this time explaining a small little trick that we do between each level. You may have already noticed. Between each level, I'm going to be doing an animation cancel on the book opening animation by pressing escape and space at the same time, or right after each other. This basically closes out and then right back in and skips the whole animation. Very convenient when, very convenient because, you know, skips, it saves about 14 seconds or so across the whole run, about 1.5. Well, actually, that's only for any percent. For 100% is actually even more. Now we're getting to Mac Race, which is a long, grueling time RNG, and yeah, it's not very fun. But I can explain a very recent discovery, which is that this level actually changes based off of refresh rate, funnily enough. So the hertz on your monitor actually affect this. The higher your hertz, the tighter you can take these turns. Now, you don't want too high or else it just gets unbearable. But we found that 120 is kind of the sweet spot because not only is this affected by refresh rate, but also the earlier beach clip is also affected by refresh rate. I'm currently playing on 60 hertz just because that makes beach clip a lot more consistent. Unfortunately, high frame rates for beach clip make that more inconsistent, while lower makes Mac Race more inconsistent. But for the sake of this run, I decided that I would run on 60 hertz instead of 120, even though 120 is slightly more optimal technically speaking, because taking the turns as tight as possible in Mac Race is actually really important for time save. And ooh, yeah, you see how slow we get if we miss that corner and take it a bit too sharp. Now we do have 2 power-ups here. One of them is the squid here. That one can go through all the grass and oil and things. And we also have the boost. That does not. It just kind of speeds you up. So you have to balance those. Try to get as many of the power-up boxes as possible. I got pretty lucky there, as the RNG can make the boxes just kind of not appear because the CPUs will get them or whatever. So here we have Haunted House, one of the shorter levels in the game. We're just going to want to run over here, grab that key, grab a trophy, and oh no! Yeah, we're going to death warp there. I missed him, so I'm going to be losing a bit of time here. Then we're walking in here. Now we avoid that key because there's no point. We know the puzzle already. That key just shows us how to do this puzzle. The puzzle is the same for every single time you play the game. So yeah, that's no different now. that was that level. It was very short. I did fumble a bit, but that's fine. Now we're on to the factory. This one is a bit long, but it's a fun one to sort of try and execute to the best of abilities. This one has a lot of optimizations through walking on the ground and such. So we just want to wade through the water, and we want to collect a whole heap of stuff to give to various NPCs to eventually give us 5 screws so that we can fix this, what's it called in English? Submarine. There we go. So here, oh, a little bit late. So here, like we want to walk on this ring here to go and grab the final collectible of the run. That right there. And here we want to walk until we get to the coral, and then just spam all the way up so we can give this guy a box of cereal or something. But yeah, 5 screws is enough to fix the submarine apparently, so just walk to this guy. And blow dart gun spawns. This is actually going to be very important for the final boss of the game, as the final boss relies on the darts quite a bit. So we're just going to want to walk over to level stand here. Boom. Stand on level. Now, time for the final boss, which has a pretty neat trick that I completely forgot about when I first started running this category, and because this category is it is inactive. There's only like 2 or 3 other runs that are pretty old. This skip is completely forgotten about. So the first little trick we do here is that we try to stand as close to him as possible, as this means that the hands will fall down just that smidge faster. So say a second maybe. Then we want to stand here. Dart gun will spawn, and we're going to fire exactly once, because then another one is going to spawn right on top of us as we stand here. It's going to allow us to pick that up and completely skip past the second phase. Just like that. I'm sorry if I just blew out your eardrums with my keyboard. I know it's very clicky. I do apologize for that. So now we get into the final phase here, which is just jumping onto platforms. Yet again, I'm trying to avoid flying as much as possible by walking on these platforms and trying to, yeah, basically be as close as I can. So we have a short little cutscene to skip there, and that is the end of the main game. That would be time if we were doing an 80% run, but we're not, are we? We are doing a 100% run. Now, we do have this, unfortunately, very unskippable credit sequence, which isn't great. But I guess now I have time to sit around. Additional arts. That was a notification. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, follow them on Twitter. Special thanks to Grant Kirkhope for hoisting a monkey. He does do that in the jungle level. We don't speak to him because fast, but but yeah, no. I can mention that new release versus old release, the only difference is that the new release has 1 extra level that the old release does not have. So old release is just 1 less level. There isn't any other differences as far as I'm aware between old and new release. Along with that, we have Switch release also has an extra level that's not in the PC version, which is why this it just means that there's 1 less level. Now here we have this level. Yeah, this is a bit creepy and weird, but I thoroughly enjoy it. It's a great level. Yeah, this one's just about really optimizing standing on the floor. But the Switch version, along with having an extra level in the bonus content and having the aforementioned tool source clip and beach skip, or not beach skip, blimp skip, it also features significantly faster movement speed. So the run on Switch is a lot faster. I think it's in the just about sub 9 minutes, 8:40s somewhere, I think, which is very fast. The 90% run is 10:18 right now, the record from Dilcat, which, by the way, Dilcat is insane, and he would definitely have record in this category if he played it, but he doesn't. So I'm lucky on that front that I can run this, pretend like I'm good. Now we're gonna get into another creepy level. This one is actually quite fun because it features a lot of very tight movements. So we just want to walk all the way to the end here, grab this coin, go in here and press this button. Dodge that enemy. He warps it back to the beginning, so we don't want to touch him at all. If I make the cycle here, yeah, I can just barely go there. Want to walk into this room, collect our second to final coin. And in this room is a bit of a jump scare, but we use it to our advantage to warp back, and that's the end of the level. And now, the shortest level in the run. This one gives us our new game plus ability, the Kiwi Wings. The Kiwi Wings basically giving us infinite jumps. I mentioned that we only have 9 jumps. Well, now we don't. We have as many as we desire, which I'm going to be showing right here by, once again, just blowing out your eardrums with the spacebar. So, and just like that, that level is over. And we're on to the final level. Yeah, we're nearly at the end of the run. Honestly, this isn't too bad of a run at all. I actually world recorded with my submission video, funnily enough. I'm not doing that here, but I did do that back then, like a month ago now at this point. Yeah, this level is a Christmas themed level, released, which was released later to coincide with Christmas in whatever year this level came out. It's quite fun as it features these little whooshy whoosh zoomy zooms. We're just here to collect 80 baubles. This routing is fairly precise. I don't know if it's perfect. I'm not an impatient enough person to verify if this is the best possible route, but yeah, once again, wiggle, walk around on the ground, collect these baubles as quickly as I can. So once we collect these, we're gonna spawn the little end level stamp, and once we touch the end level stamp, that is the end of the run. So collect the last 5 here. Boom. Then the angle's gonna get weird. That's where we are. Okay. I always forget which way I'm supposed to go. And time is gonna be coming up. Just a smidge. Time. There we go. 17:07. I actually called it that split. That's nice. 17:07. Yeah, that's not a bad time at all. Yeah, that's cool. My current record is in the 650s, so about 10 seconds. 13 technically, based off of my splits that you can't see, but I have them. Yeah, thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of the marathon, both in person and the rest of the overnight submissions. There's some really good runs here, really good in person as well. Just absolutely fantastic. Very excited to be watching and not participating in person. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good time. Bye-bye.